Michael Conlan here for Seconds Out in Belfast with Jordan Gill ahead of Saturday night. Jordan, how you doing, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good to hear. Good to see you looking well too. Michael Conlan is the opponent this weekend. A lot of talk about this fight as well too in terms of how it'll play out. But just in terms of yourself, first of all, made some changes, made some decisions. Talk me through those decisions that have led you to Saturday night.
Yeah, I've changed teams. I've been spending a lot of time back home, which has been nice. I had a tough year, up and down year. Nobody really knows the story behind it, and I'm not going to give it away. Probably for years, but yeah, it's been a tough year. I decided to leave Dave Colwell. Um, I've been in Sheffield 10 years. I worked a first-time professional with the Ingle Gym. Then moved to Dave. Had a really successful career with Dave. Won a Commonwealth WBA a couple of times, and then the European title. So yeah, we had some great success, and now I wanted to be at home. I wanted to spend more time at home, and I think the older you get, the more homesick you get, because when you're young, you just don't care about anything. So now I'm back home doing bits of training here and there. I'm training with my dad, and we're having a good time, and I'm enjoying my boxing.
So in terms of the lead in the corner, who is the lead for you heading into your fight with Mick Conlan?
With my dad.
And is it Barry Smith a part of the Ben Davison Performance Centre?
Yeah, Barry Smith's in the corner. We've been doing a lot of work together, and been really good. I've been going down to Ben's for sparring on the odd day. So yeah, it's been good to be in that gym, seeing some good fighters.
With the choice to be part of that gym, was that a deliberate choice in the sense of you had Lee Wood, who fought Mick Conlan, who had a great fight with Mick and ended up stopping Mick late in the fight? Was that part of the decision making there as well?
Not at all. I went down to Ben's for sparring before we had any sniff of this fight. So Lee's a very good friend of mine, and I knew he was going out on training camp, and I'd left Dave at that point, didn't have a coach, just was spending time at home doing bits and bobs, and I thought, I might go out and see Lee in training camp. Went out and did a bit of training out there, enjoyed it, and come home and train, and then started going up now and again for sparring. So it's been really good.
You're both two very experienced fighters, and there's a lot of tape on you both. But for your own words, for your own eyes, what's your scout report on Mick at this stage in his career?
At this stage in his career, I don't know. It's hard to tell because he's a very versatile fighter. He can box orthodox, can box southpaw. He's not afraid to have a scrap, and he's a good mover as well. He's got very good pedigree as a world amateur champion, and he's lost twice for the world title, but also there's no shame in defeat to the fighters that he's fought. So I think at the same time, on the other hand, he's coming off not back to back, but two heavy knockouts in the last 18 months, and who knows whether that's going to play with his mind or have demons in his head. So I guess we'll see.
Do you see those fights with Lee Wood, the fights with Lopez, the way those fights ended as opportunities? You're someone who, look, you've got boxing skill, but when you're pushed into a corner, you can whack as well too. You've proved that. If you need to dip into that bag of power, you can to full effect and get the lights out finish.
Yeah, I think so. I think I punch hard enough to hurt people, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities to land shots on Mick on Saturday. So if one lands, I'll be happy.
He's also made the decision to change his trainers as well, linking up with Pedro Diaz. What do you know of that link up, and do you feel that's something that will bring a different type of Mick Conlan in the ring?
I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. I don't really know much about Pedro Diaz. All I heard that he trained Cotto a few years ago. But yeah, other than that, I've not watched any training footage. I don't know what he's going to bring. So it'll be a nice surprise on the night.
I'm going to be direct with this question here, Jordan, but would it be fair to say, look, for either fighter, if they were to find themselves on the end of the defeat at the weekend, make or break here, and there's really a hard route to come back from for the loser?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously it's down to the fighter. Like when you say hard to come back, it doesn't mean they have to retire, but at the same time, world title aspirations are probably out the window for the loser.
With that said, then, is maybe more pressure on Mick Conlan's back because we're in his back garden. The pressure's on him to perform. He has performed here previously. That he's kind of got to be the one to rise to the occasion. You do as well, but maybe more so him.
Yeah, I think so. I don't feel any pressure for this fight. I think all the pressure's on him. He's got a lot to live up to, and we'll see what he does.
Look, you're an accomplished fighter, of course, but because we said here, look, there's a hard route back for either fight if they were to lose. Do you feel that sense of nerves? Do you feel that sense of pressure as well coming into this one?
Not really. I don't need boxing. I do boxing because I enjoy it, because I love it. Sorry, mate, I've just kicked your camera. At least it didn't fall over. Yeah, I do boxing because I enjoy it and I love it, and it's what I know. But you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I think it's going to be a big spectacle.
Camera's fine indeed. There's no destruction here. There'll be destruction in the ring. What sort of fight will this play out to be, do you think?
Well, I think I'm a boxer, and Mick most of the time is a boxer. I think, you know, a lot of people would think that, you know, where he's come unstuck in his professional career is when he's strayed away from his boxing abilities, when he's sort of stood and had a fight with people. You know, he got tired against Lee and stood his ground and got caught and knocked out the ring. And then with Lopez, sort of from the first bell, he tried to stamp his authority, and, you know, Lopez didn't have any respect for him. So I think it's probably going to be more of a boxing match, a technical fight.
Forgive me for not knowing here, but you got your dad in your corner here as the lead. Have you had that beforehand? Is this something that you've wanted to do, to have your dad in the corner in such a big occasion?
Yeah, you know, he's been in my corner all my life, from my first amateur fight to my last professional fight. So he's always there, whether he's lead or not. You know, he's irrelevant. He knows me. I know he wishes the best for me. I know he cares for me. So we'll get the job done.
That brings a sense of comfort for you as well on this occasion as well, that you got your dad as the lead there.
Not really. I don't need comfort. He could leave a bottle in the corner for me, and I'll just have a little sip of water and go back out. I don't give a fuck. So I think it's nice to have him about, like, fight week, and it's been nice to be at home with him and stuff. So that's the sort of comfort it brings. You know, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and, you know, I've never been so happy in my career.
Took the words out of my mouth there. Happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. I'll leave the final word with yourself, Jordan. What happens on Saturday night?
Excitement.
Push you for a prediction?
Yes, Jordan Gill, win.
Jordan, pleasure. Thanks for being in Seconds Out. So all the best for the weekend.
Thank you.